of what cosmetics are between the EU and the US. The idea is to make it so that US regulations are adapted so that our cosmetics can be classified as over-the-counter so they can be sold in. It's hard to sort of dispute the fact that that is actually going to be somehow economically harmful either to people here or to the US market.
But that would be socially harmful because in the United States, just in cosmetics alone, about 12 chemicals are banned. In the European Union, 1,200 chemicals are banned in cosmetics. So we're talking here about really serious changes to how we regulate chemicals.
Food, of course, is in the spotlight in the TTIP talks because it's very much affected by non-tariff, by regulatory trade barriers that the TTIP negotiations are concentrating on. Let's hear now from a farmers' representative. Scott Walker is Chief Executive of the National Farmers Union in Scotland.
If TTIP allows American products to come in at lower standards, then that will put those competitors at a competitive advantage to Scottish producers. For instance, we have stuff such as hormone-treated beef in America. Hormones isn't something that the Scottish beef industry uses at all, and in fact it's banned within the European Union.
And there are very, very different principles about the way the Americans and Europe go about regulating food production.
We tend to take very much a precautionary principle. If there's a chance that something could go wrong, then we tend to ban it, put strong restrictions in place. America very much takes a scientific approach to everything, and if the science says it's safe, then it should be allowed.
Americans think the distaste for genetically modified crops in Europe is protectionism, don't they?
They think it's protectionism, and to a degree I could understand where a lot of the American citizens are coming from and the American legislators coming from.
That was Scott Walker of the National Farmers Union in Scotland. This is Global Business from the BBC World Service. I'm Peter Day. This week in London, discussing the world's biggest potential trade deal, TTIP, with the campaigner Nick Degen of Global Justice Now and Ali Ransom from the business body, the Institute of Directors. The EU and the USA do seem to take a very different approach to food safety. The European precautionary approach versus the American scientific framework. Are the two sides as far apart as it sounds, Nick?
I think they really are far apart on food. If you look at the kind of leaks we've been getting from negotiations from the American side, from the food producers and even the American trade representatives, they essentially say, look, it's not acceptable that the European Union bans hormone-fed beef or chlorine-washed chicken. Europeans simply need to get real about the food they eat. It's healthy for Americans. Now, in the European Union, farmers like Scotland, we just heard there, have invested enormous amounts of time, energy and money over the last 2 decades improving the quality of our food here. And they simply won't be able to compete against lower standard food that's imported from the United States. And what's more, we don't want to use this as a push to reduce our own standards, because those are the standards that we decided in the European Union we like and want.
The European Union has been very clear, the Commission has been very clear, and I think sometimes